Hi, good morning and welcome to this new tutorial. Today I want to show you how you can use the project manager. The project manager is one of the basic parts of Octocad NG, and like the name says, the project manager was created to manage your projects, to create new projects, and also to create new drawings. And if you want to start to draw an exhibition stand, for example, you first have to create a new project to put the drawing in this project. So the project in fact is the container for your drawings. To open the project manager, we go on the ribbon bar here on the bottom, and then we click on the second icon, and then we can see the tab of the project manager opens. So here we have in fact three main parts. In the first part we can add a folder structure, but this I will explain in a later tutorial. And here is the main window of the project manager, because here I can create new projects, and that's really easy. It's first I have to activate this window. You can see if I click in one of these windows, it's marked in orange, and first I have to mark this window here, this box, in orange, and then by right click I can tap on new, or here on the top of the window by tapping on new I create a new project. And then, like I said in the last tutorial, alternatively I have also the possibility to reach this box here from the start page by clicking on new project. Then you can also see that the project manager tab is opened or will be opened, and you also reach this box. So this box here has the aim to collect as much information about the project as possible to ease your work later. For example, Octocad creates an automatic project number here, and then you have to type in the name of the project or of the client. In this case it's the exhibition stand for health convenience food, and in the next step I can also select if it's an offer or an order, so that you have the actual information about the project. So, but I won't fill in all these boxes here now, because it will dure too long and you can read it yourself. But I want to speak about these two buttons here, because the first button is the shortcut to the fair management. If I click on this button here, I reach the fair management and I can instantly select my fair I have already created. And how you can create fairs I will explain in the fair management tutorial. Now we first select our fair, the Intergastra. It's a food fair in Germany, and assign. And so all the informations about the fair are now available instantly. And in the next step I select my customer from the customer database. So as you can see, I have already created my customer, health convenience food, and by tapping on assign, the customer is entered here, and you can also see the customer number. Then we tap on OK, and a new project was added. as we can see here. Aligned to each project every time are these 5 tabs here on the bottom. On the first tab you can see the informations we just entered in the box, so that you can see at each moment the informations which are aligned to this project. Let's look at the next tab. Here you will find your drawings you have already created. But here you can also create new drawings, like in our case we want to create a new drawing. And to do that we right click and then we go on new, and now we can name our first drawing. So you have also the possibility to create as much drawings as you want here, and often it's very useful if you have a very big exhibition stand to slice this stand in some parts and to make drawings of these parts to have a better overview. For example, I will make part 1 the entry of our exhibition stand. Part 1 entry. So then very interesting is also this area here in the box, because here you can give the stand area, the stand width and the stand depth. And when you enter measures here, for example 3 to 4 meters, and then we say OK, we see a new drawing was created. And when we start the drawing now with start program, we see that a basic grid of 3 to 4 meters was automatically created by OctaCAD. If you don't type any measures in these 2 boxes, OctaCAD will not create any basic grid. And then you have the option to create a basic grid with the grid function here. But look at the grid tutorial, then you can see how it works. So let's go back, and like I said one moment ago, you can create as much drawings as you want here. Okay, then in the next tab you will find the parts list you have created in OctaCAD. For example, let's look at this project here. We can see I have already created a part list, and I can find it here in the part list tab. Then let's go back to our project and let's look at the next tab, the tab Documents here. The tab Documents was designed to collect all the informations you need. That means, imagine your client has special blueprints, images of materials, or I don't know, the hall where the exhibition will be, or other informations you need to build or to design the stand. For this tab here was made. Here you can select all files you need and you can put them in this tab. For example, right click on New and then select your file on your computer, for example Word documents or also Excel sheets, and you can add them to this file. And this also works with PDFs, images, all kind of files, and you can add them here to have a better overview. Then the last tab is only to see who created this project and when was the project created. It's only information. So that's it for this tutorial today. Thank you for watching and see you next time in next tutorial.